In this video, I'm going to walk you through the custom invitation design process from start to finish. I'm going to go over what systems we use and what the process looks like for the client, as well as us on the back end as the designers. I have over 450 invitation projects under my belt in the last decade, so I understand that having this process nailed down can lead you to be more efficient, productive, and profitable as a stationery designer. So let's dive in. So after a client reaches out and fills out their contract as well as their 50% retainer, we're gonna wait till it's time to start the wedding invitations, which is usually 4 to 5 months before the wedding. At this point, I'm sending them a questionnaire to fill out. I don't send it earlier because a lot of times details change and I don't want them to provide me with the wrong information and then have to go back and edit it. I'm gonna send it to them in this form in Dubsado. Dubsado is my favorite client management system, and it's got all of these form fields so I know exactly where the information that I need is at all times. This way I'm not gonna miss any of the little details and I don't have to sort through a million emails trying to remember the venue name or what time the wedding is or all of those types of things. After they submit the questionnaire, I have 5 to 7 business days to do the first round of proofs. I'm using their inspiration, any conversations or consultations that we've had, any Pinterest boards that they've sent me, as well as my own design inspiration to come up with this. I do have other videos on inspiration, sketching, lookbook, all of that kind of thing. I typically don't include a sketch or lookbook in my process just because it's not my favorite way to design. But if you do a lot of really customized painting or artwork, then I think it's a really good idea to add that to your process. I'm always designing my invitations in Adobe Illustrator, and then I'm going to create a final mock-up for them with every proof, and I create that in Adobe Photoshop. I have classes that I'll link about how to use these systems and do all of these things if you're interested in learning more. This mock-up is so helpful. I always put it at the top of a proof and it gives you like the vibe. So say you're designing a really colorful suite, but the invitation itself is going to be really stark white and black only, for instance, and then the color is going to come in elsewhere. If you start the proof with just the invitation piece, then they're not really getting the vibe. They're not seeing how the shapes, sizes, and colors are going to play for the entire suite. So this mock-up is really helpful to envisioning how the suite is actually going to look, and I think it's really, really helpful to my clients to see if we nailed the overall vibe before diving into the individual proofs. These proofs are also in Dubsado. I have another video about how I set these up, but we have the mock-up at the top, all of the individual pieces below with all the information that they need, and then there's form fields at the bottom where they can submit feedback and revisions for the next round. Typically, we're going to go through 3 to 4 rounds of revisions before they're ready for print approval. Once they select yes on all these bubbles and sign off for print approval, we are ready to go. I'm going to print out the mock-up and also our production sheet. I have that as a free download below if you want to check it out. That's going to help me order everything without messing anything up. I typically order at least 5 extra pieces of any piece of the suite. I used to order more, but as I've gotten better at this, I typically only need 5 extra. If I'm doing something like die cutting, ripping, tearing, folding, installing an envelope liner, I'm going to order more of something because I can always mess up during those processes. But if I'm not doing something to the piece, I typically just order 5 extra. I'm almost always ordering from Printswell. They are my absolute favorite printer. They offer digital printing, die cutting, and gold foil stamping. If I need letterpress or something, then I'll outsource it somewhere else. But I try to print most of my work through Printswell these days. If you have never used them, check out all of our other videos and you can use my link for $25 off your first order. Prepping the files for print is honestly one of the longest and trickiest parts of the job. I think we get so excited in designing because we're creating something beautiful, and then they approve it for print and we're like, oh crap, now we have to actually make this work and put it together. So I do have some other videos if you want to dive into it, but prepping for files, just know, is one of the more tricky parts, and you really have to pay attention to that to make sure you're not getting anything wrong. As everything comes in, it's important to make sure it looks right, to make sure your counts are right. You should open the packages and check a lot of them, not just check the first one and make sure it's good. I say this from experience. do as I say, not as I did in the past. But once you get everything in, you can start your assembly. Assembly can take a day or it can take up to a couple weeks depending on how complex this is. For all my custom clients, I'm going to put on the RSVP postage to those envelopes if they're doing mail-in RSVPs, and I'm going to assemble everything for them down to making sure the right invitations get into the right envelopes. So we're going to separate international addresses because those will need unique postage. We're going to make sure that whoever's supposed to get a brunch invite gets a brunch brunch invite, and anyone who's not supposed to get a brunch invite doesn't get a brunch invite. We will number the backs of the RSVP cards and correlate that with a spreadsheet. We will fill in how many seats are reserved for your party, which is by we have to go down the spreadsheet for every single one and make sure the exact right pieces get into those envelopes. So for custom clients, we do a lot of work on the assembly side because we want to make it a really luxury experience for them. Then typically we're going to package everything up. It'll be in the envelopes, but the envelopes won't be closed. Most of my clients like to seal, stamp, and send everything themselves. They can pay for me to do that as well if they don't want to deal with it. In that case, they're going to sign a USPS mailing agreement that basically gives us permission to mail everything without them having seen it first. It is my preference for them to see it first and make sure everything looks good, because I would much rather fix a card before it goes out in the mail than have it go out in the mail and have to print something to send out later. We do always advise on postage though, although you can get different results every time you ask a different postal worker or at different locations. So I always give my best guess, but then make sure that my client knows to check that their postage is correct before they send everything out from their local post office. As far as timing, we start 4 to 5 months before the wedding because we want everything to go out at least 2 or 3 months before the wedding. So I allow about a month for design and a month for production, and that is usually more than enough. We're usually faster than that, but it depends on how many revisions we do, how long the production takes, if there's any delays, etc. So for most people, this ends up taking about 6 weeks total, and then we still have about 3.5 months to send out the invitations before the wedding. Now the invitations are in the hands of the post office and then they arrive to their guests. We just have to cross our fingers that they arrive safe and sound, and typically that can take up to 3 weeks. So don't stress if your invitations haven't arrived after a week or two. Even some of the ones that go down the road sometimes take up to 3 weeks. Now, of course, there's a lot more that goes into this, but I wanted to show you my backend processes. The best systems that I use, I design in Illustrator, I do the mockups in Photoshop, and then most of my client communication happens through Dubsado. If you haven't used Dubsado before, I have a whole class on how to set this up as a stationery designer, all the forms that you're going to need, contracts, etc. And this is also where we take payments, where we can email them, where we get all the approvals for print, and those are legally binding signatures, by the way. So if you're new to Dubsado, definitely check it out. You can use my code Design by Laney for 30% off your first year. So let me know what questions you have about this process for custom wedding invitations. I have a whole class that's going to take you through every step of this process, from setting up your business to working with clients to design, printing, production, and mailing all of your custom wedding invitations. If you want to check that out, it's called From Start to Suite, and I'll link it in the description of this video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this was helpful in understanding how the custom wedding invitation process works.